How about the new arrivals this week? How about the 1963 Pontiac Tempest two-door Sport Coupe? I love this car.
When this came in, we both said, this is a great car.
I like that car. Silver leaf green poly over black. It's got a 462 cubic inch V8.
A sleeper.
Yeah. Dual Edelbrock 4-barrel. It's a sleeper unless you know, because the telltale signs of this car are the dog dish type hubcaps. You know, you look at cars like this, and if you know cars really well, then you would know that there's something different about this one. The tires are a little wider than you would see on a normal Tempest.
Plus, there's a hood scoop on it.
And
the guy put a hood scoop.
That might give it away a little bit.
I might take that off.
Turbo Hydromatic 350 3-speed automatic with Ford 8-inch rear axle and a 4-link rear suspension. And then, how about the aforementioned that we talked about with Jeff Lane, the 1960 Borgward Isabella Sport Coupe, which we actually have now sold.
Yes.
Ivory and flamingo red over red, 87,902 actual miles, 1,493 cc, overhead valve 4-cylinder with a 4-speed manual transmission. It's got an independent suspension, and this is one that you rarely see. They don't have one at the Lane Motor Museum, which is surprising. I thought for sure when I was going through the list that we'd see a Borgward there.
He said he had one that was in bad shape.
Yeah.
To restore one of these, I can't imagine. You're talking about $100,000 for a $40,000 car.
Yeah, and the parts are unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Making parts.
Yeah, you're like 3D printing, here I come.
Yeah.
So better learn
pass
that
on
crap.
that one. Yeah.
How about another new arrival, the 1969 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe, Marlboro Maroon, one of my favorite names of a color, over black, 350 cubic inch 4-barrel V8, GMPP aluminum heads. It's got a numbers matching Muncie M24 speed manual trans and a 336 posi rear end. You know, Marlboro cigarettes were red and Marlboro Maroon is maroon. How come?
I think that's like the British
Racing Green?
Duke of Marlborough.
I think it's in the description. I think it's named after a track that was formerly Marlboro.
There you go.
If I remember right, in Michigan maybe.
It could be in Michigan.
Yeah, and they renamed the track.
Or, as we like to say, Michigan.
Don't put the wrong syllable.
Well, emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, or as the play-by-play coach or the play-by-play guy for the University of Michigan used to go, Michigan.
Yeah. Just like Stewart Howden. Another new arrival is the often seen 1912 Flanders 20 Series Roadster. Flanders. White over black. Man, this is a cool brass era car. And I've never seen one to begin with. So I don't know how many they made, but I can't imagine a whole lot.
Striking in the white and brass
I like that
configuration.
White. I like white on brass era cars. Yeah. 154.8 cubic inch L-head inline 4 with a 3-speed manual transmission. Stunning presentation on this car. It's really, really, really well done. And of course, our next new arrival is the 1950 Mercury 8 2-door lead sled sedan, full-on custom, flame red over white and red. 350 cubic inch 4-barrel V8 with a turbo hydromatic 350, Dana 44 axle, power front disc brakes. These things are as iconic as they come. They're like a 55, 6, or 7 Bel Air. They're just something that screams collectible, classic, whatever you want to call it car. And these cars were all custom. Most of them were all customized. If you find one that's not customized, it's pretty rare.
Yeah, my sister's first husband had one when I was like 5 years old.
Right.
I remember driving around in that literally lead sled.
Yeah. It was quite the car. So if you get a chance, check those out. Also, last but not least, the 1930 Ford Model A Coupe, Kiwani Green and light Kiwani Green.
That's right.
Over brown, 201 cubic inch 4-cylinder with a 3-speed manual. Great driver, an honest Model A, show ready. This is entry level into the hobby. You know, you get something like this, and you know, it's not fast. It doesn't handle great. But it gives you that feel of what it was like to, like we were talking with Jeff Lane previously about how, you know, you get the feel of things and driving, and they don't drive maybe great, or they don't drive like you'd expect them to drive.
Right.
But it teaches you how to drive something that doesn't have power steering, doesn't have power brakes. It's good to know those things.
Very few bells and whistles. Yeah. But you won't be alone, because the Model A clubs are big, popular, and they drive all the way. We had a meet here years ago. Yeah. They drove from Michigan On the road.
Took them 3 weeks, but
Yeah, right.
All the back roads.
All the back roads. You don't want to get out on the turnpike on those unless you got a 2-speed Columbia rear end, and then you still probably don't want to get out on the back roads. No. And again, I love Model A's and Model T's. I think they're cool, and I think that they serve a significant part of the history of our country, and it's important that there maintains a following for them.
Sell a ton of them.
And we sell tons of them.
Yep.
Even the Shea Model A replicas.
That's right.
Sell.
The Classic Auto Mall Show with their host, Stewart Howden.